Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me. Welcome to Journal Thursday. We're going to start on this Christmas journal. Now, let me grab my list. Hold on. Okay, this one, if you want it, and if you don't, just send me an email and let me know. Either way, I'll just roll it on down the line since I have a few here for pre-orders. This one would be Elena, A-L-E-N-A, Elena Morrow. So Elena, if you want this one, after you watch the video today, if you want this one, just send me an email to the email below. Let me know that this one's okay with you. You'll take this one. And as soon as it is finished, we will let you know and how you can pay for it. If you don't, then just let me know that too, and I'll roll it on to the next person in line. But you was the next top on the list. Okay. Now, we are going to stitch this in. Now, I know you guys have seen me stitch these in 1,001 times. Make sure I didn't tear that. No, I didn't. Whew, I thought I did. You guys have seen me stitch these in 100 times. I know. But there are new people here. So I want to make sure that the new people get to see how we stitch our signatures in. Now I went ahead and stitched this one together. This is some fabric that I got off of Amazon. I'll link it below. This inside is some fabric that I've had. It's like a pillowcase. It's really, really, really white, and I wanted that because of it being the blue and white. And then I put some vintage lace here for a little pocket, so you can see how pretty and white that is. And then this is our Blue Christmas digital. That's Melina's Christmas music digital, I think it's called. And then I've got a new digital up today, and it's vintage documents. So I put a few of those in there, and I printed some of those on newspaper print. I'll link that below. I love to print on newspaper print. It's it makes it a real vintagey looking, so it's better than printing on white. So there again, that one is in the documents, the vintage documents, and I made that blue to kind of go along with this. So that's in our vintage documents that we put up today. This is an 1860 book page, and I'm going to reinforce that. I need to reinforce that before I stitch, so I'm gonna lay that right there so I'll remember. Because if I don't, I'll stitch it together and forget. And then that is a piece of handmade paper, digital. This is Florentine paper. And then this is some coffee dyed paper from Triple V Vintage. I'll get that out in a minute. Say that real fast. I'm not sure she has this again this year. She had it last year, but I'll link their store below just in case. You can go over and check it out. Oh, then that is another one of the pages. That's another one of Melina's pages from the music. And I printed that on that newspaper print as well. This is another Florentine paper. I just thought that blue went well with this. Another digital, and then that's an Edith Holden page. And it's talking about mistletoe, so what better journal to put it in. This is also from Triple V Vintage. And then for my center page, I just turned it this way because I wanted that to be the center page. So let's go back and let's reinforce this one before we forget. Now there are tons of ways that you can reinforce your paper. You can do it just with more paper. You can do it with washi, which is what I'm about to do. Or you can do it with fabric, just whatever you have. But these are very, very old papers. Even though this is rag paper, it still would tear because it's got those holes where it was stitched in. So we're going to reinforce it just with some washi. And this is very sticky washi. This washi come from the washi tape shop. And I've got some new washi tape that I'll be showing you guys pretty soon as they let me. It's just been released, so we're having to wait until they tell us that it's okay to show it. If I pause a little bit today in my talking, please forgive me. I have got a million things on my mind. My mind is going too fast for my brain, I think. or my brain's going too fast for my mind. I don't know which, but anyway, something's going too fast and I can't think and talk at the same time. So this is just that peel off backing. Most all of their washi is like this. It has the peel off backing, and I really like that better. It doesn't seem to get quite as stuck together as your other washi, and it's easy to get the backing off of it. Alright, we'll trim those little pieces off. Okay, now we need to make that fold again so that it will stitch in correct and not stitch in sideways. I have stitched them in sideways before. They go like that. If you don't put that seam back in there, they will. Okay. Alright, that's down well. And then I've already checked all of these pages. They seem to be the right way up. Make sure you check your pages before you start stitching. Because if you don't, and you stitch them in upside down, then you got to do that all over again. Not the end of the world, you just got to do it again. Now I just put my signature in there, and then I kind of take my cover and fold it over and just, you know, line it up the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is handmade. This is our Ease journal tool. It has holes right here. The center hole, 2.5, 3, 2.5, and 3. That's the ones that I use most often. But if you don't use those and you do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch or whatever, you can just move it back and forth like you need to. I just sit this down in there, even it up as best I can. Now I am going to, let me make sure I got these kind of sort of evened. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to clip mine, because if I don't, I will definitely let something slip. Now I'm going to use these big fat guys. I'm not going to put them all the way down so they're easier to pull off. Oops. And put another one there. You can also clip it to the tool if you want to. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. Then I like to just press it down in there. Then I take my awl, and I can put my awl there, and I can see that hole, so I know about where I need to punch. And then I just look for it to come out that hole at the bottom. And the good thing about this tool is when you're pressing down on your awl making the holes, it presses all of that down in that crevice, and it makes it a lot smoother to punch your holes, and it makes that center a lot better. I'll link that tool below too. I designed it. Benji made it. We make those in-house. Alright, we're going to start with the center, and I'm using some white wax thread. We have this in the store as well. Now, a lot of times your hole on your fabric will close up. If it does, just punch it again. There we go. I'll pull that through, and then I go all the way up to the top, go back through that hole, and then I come back through the center. And just make sure that you don't split that thread when you come back through the center. You're going to be stubborn today. Everything that could possibly go wrong today, well, not everything, but a lot of things. This is has been like a Monday. My computer's acted up. The websites that I needed to go to have acted up. And then I had to get some information from another website, and I couldn't get anybody to answer me, and I got ill. There we go. So it's been a day. A day. I'm going to take those clips off, and then I like to just, as I pull that tight, I like to just adjust it best I can. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now your threads, one needs to be on one side and one needs to be on the other of that string that goes down the middle. And then you just need to pull it nice and tight. And I always check the outside. See, I had that thread through there to make sure that I don't have anything under that thread before I tie it. And I do a double knot, and since that's waxed thread, it's not going to go anywhere. There we go, got that stitched in. Now we're ready to start decorating this. I did the cover. I left this fringe hanging out because to me it made it look like one of those furry coats that a lot of people wear in the wintertime. So I left that hanging out. I thought it was cute. Now we're ready to begin. Now today, what I thought I would do after I stitch that in for you guys, I have a couple of things that I need to show you, but I thought we would do some journal pages to go in here, some different variations of journal pages. And we have plenty of, I have 20 pages in here, by the way. A lot of people ask, there's 20 pages in here, and once you get those pockets and tags and everything put in there, it's going to be nice and chunky. Okay, we're going to also clip this in. We're not going to stitch it in. Let's see what all I've got. I printed the paper again because I wanted to make some flip-up pockets and different things. Got one of those I want to make something with. See if I can remember what I was going to start with today. I thought I would start with this and do a flip-up pocket. Oh, I don't think I'm going to trim it off that way. I'm going to leave that on there. Trim it off right at the edge of that. Lots and lots of times I do better trimming with my scissors than I do with my trimmer. Sometimes. It just depends on the day. And this happens to be the day. Now I'm going to fold this up just so that it'll be a little bit thicker. And we're going to back this with something, I think. I'm going to fold the top down a little bit. I don't want to fold it much because I don't want to lose very many flowers, but we're going to fold it just a little. Now I need to put something on the back of this because that's going to be a little bit thin. Okay, I have this printed on some nice cardstock, so I think I'll use that for the backing. A piece of that. So what we're going to do is make this up as we go like we normally do. I'm going to put that on the inside right there. Glue it down. Okay, I'm thinking so you know that the wheels are turning here. All right, let's trim that off. And yes, that cuts the document in two, but I've got that document printed many times, so we're not gonna fret over that. I think that's gonna work. Yeah. So let's glue this down to that. Go down like that, and then that will flip up. This we're going to, let me decide what I'm going to do. We're going to, I don't know. Let's say this is the journal page. I want that, not this page of course, but I want that to be able to flip up like that. And you can journal. We're going to put some other paper on there. Journal there. You could journal here if you wanted to, but I wouldn't because it's got 1815 on that document. So then we'll probably glue here and here and have a little side tuck. Let's do that. How's that sound? I guess that sounds okay. What was I thinking about right before I think I might punch the bottom. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to punch since it's on a cardstock. We'll see. Oh, wow. That that's tough. Okay. Well, it did punch okay. It just took a little muscle. So that's punched. And then I think we want to punch this one too. Now the glue in this is wet, so it may not punch right. I probably need to wait till the glue dries, but you know I don't want to. Well, oh lordy, that one messed up a little bit. Not much. We can fix it. There we go. Oh, I like that, and it's punched a little bit different, so that way all of it shows. I'm gonna just even this up just a little bit, clip off a few little pieces that are stragglers, and that will be ready. Now I'm gonna do my inking today with Salty Ocean. That seems to be the closest color that I have in my stash that's gonna go with this. And this is very juicy, so I'm gonna have to be careful with it. I had another color that was a little bit closer, but I think my Presley got that one. She borrowed some from me the other day. She got some new stamps and she wanted to play with them, and she didn't have any ink. All of her ink was dried up, so I said go out there and just get some of mine. I'm going to put a little piece of paper here that will be good to write on. Okay, I don't have any scraps that are big enough, so we're just going to grab another piece out and give it a tear. This will work. I'm just a little out of sorts today because I think because everything went backwards. Now this is a piece that I don't know. I think I coffee dyed it, and then I messed up, and Melina was throwing them out, and I said, "Don't throw them out. I'll use them." She says, "Mother, you bet all I ever seen you won't throw anything away." I said, "Well, not if I think I can use it. I won't." Okay. That'll work, and then let's trim it off about right there. I'm going to trim it the side just a little bit more because I don't want it to stick out. There we go. Today even my clothes feel like they're on backwards. Have you ever had those days where you just feel like things are not right somewhere in the world? Mainly my place. Yeah, that'll work right there. This is a very thick paper, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I sent the email out today. It had the link to the freebie, Friday freebie in it. We'll be working on that tomorrow. And it also had some information. I've had some people that have contacted me lately that said they were a little bit confused about what went with the E-Club kit, so I went over that again in the email. If you already know and you already understand, just ignore that part. Oh, I like that. I like that blue on there. So that is a nice little flip, and what we're going to do is, where's the journal? Alright, so we could add this to a page. Oh, I might add it right there. Some of that newspaper print paper. Oh, I like that. I like that there. And then that will flip up. We'll leave this side open so that you can do a little tuck in there if you want. Let's see, we could do an up tuck. No. Let's do a down tuck. Let's do a tuck from the top. I think we'll have more room that way. If I do it from the side, it's going to interfere a little bit when you're turning the pages, because this is kind of wide. You could make one a little bit smaller if you wanted. Okay, there we go. Now, we've got a place up there that we can put a tag. Then you can journal on here if you want. Flip it up, journal there, and then you have this old 1815 document under there. Now, I think, I don't have any of my flowers cut out, but I think I'll come back and add some kind of flower or something right there, just to give it a little bit more oomph. Let's do this envelope. We haven't done an envelope in a little while, have we? I'm just switching things from one side of my desk to the other. Oh, I think I want that on the envelope. Now I'm going to tear it, so I'm going to make a mark where I want to tear it. Most of the time I put the envelopes in and then I stitch them in, and then I decorate them. But this one, I didn't want to stitch it in. I thought I would either glue it in or clip it in. I hate tearing that paper. Isn't that bad? I can print it 1,000 more times, but I just hate tearing it. I like it. This is one of my favorite kits. Of course, you know I like blue anyway. Alright, we're going to tear this side so that it will be torn like the other. Just a little bit. And then this one down here. There we go. Just a little sliver. And then we're going to glue that down on there, and then we'll do some other decorating on it. So I've gone ahead and inked around both pieces, the envelope and this one, and then I'm going to put that down right there. So how are you guys today? I heard from a lot of you yesterday that said that, well, not a lot, but quite a few of you that live maybe in Canada and different places, that you had snow, that you woke up to snow. We get very little snow here. We get mostly ice. If it gets really cold, we get ice. I don't like the ice. I don't drive on ice. I don't drive on snow either, but ice is very difficult because ours is the black ice. You can't tell it's there until you've already hit it, and then it's too late. Too late then. Okay. I think we will glue this piece over here, but I'm going to take a little bit off of the top. Maybe I'll just fold the top over. A lot of times if you fold it over, if it's pretty thin, then you don't have to worry about your envelope or your pocket getting torn when things are sliding in and out of it. Yeah, that'll work. Now I'm going to tear off a little bit over here just so that it'll have that edge. Well, can't decide which one you want to do, ink or glue, Edith. Get with it, girl. You ever heard the old saying, I've washed my hands and I can't do anything with them? My hubby used to say that all the time when he would fumble around with things. He'd say, oh, I wash my hands and I can't do anything with them. There we go. We're going to glue that down just like that. So I remembered to put my glue on here and not on the back of the paper, so that would glue my pocket together. Yeah, I'm going to clip this one in because it's got pretty paper on both sides and I don't want to lose either side of the paper. So this is going to be clipped in with a little Tim Holtz clip or something. There we go. Now we've got our little pocket there. And I'm going to cut off these little pieces just because I don't like the looks of them there. Just toss them over there somewhere. I had to actually clean up my desk before I could even do a video because I couldn't see what I had on my desk. It was so piled up. Okay, now we can put some paper under here if we want. I know I'm going to cover this. I don't know about the other. Let me see what paper I have over here. I have this goes with the collection as well, and I have this piece that I did for like a belly band, or I think I might put that there. Let me cut it out real quick. Oh, that's going to be almost the right size. So we're going to tear the ends off. Yeah, it's going to be about the right size. It's going to come right to the edge, but that's okay. As long as we get good glue there, we'll be good. Oh, I didn't ink this one, did I? I think I can ink it once I get it on there. It's good, it doesn't stick out. So then we'll trim this little tiny piece right there off. That's all that's sticking out that I can see. And there we are. You could journal here if you had like a white pen, that'd be pretty. So that will just, let's say this is the page we would put it on. That would just clip on like that. And then when it flips out, you'd have a pocket here that you can put something in. I may wait and cover that when I decide what page I'm going to put it on. You know, depending on what page I put it on, you don't want to have that when you flip it up. You don't want to have the same paper here and here. So I'll wait and cover this when I put it in the journal. So I think that's all I'm going to do to that. I don't think it needs anything else. So there's another piece. Now I did want to make some of those side tucks. I like using those. They're pockets, but you're just going to fold it like that. Well, first you're going to fold this little piece so that you don't close up your pocket. Just fold a little piece down. And normally I use my scoreboard to do this, and I didn't today. Okay, got that. I think I'm going to fold that over a little bit more. I know I've already got my seam in there, but that's okay. My seam. Got my score line in there already, but that's okay. If I press it down well, it's not going to show anyway. So now this piece is going to fold up. Oops. Let's try that a little bit better. And I fold it up like this. It's not going to go on the front side, but I fold it up like this, and then that, make sure that it folds right to the edge of that, and then I go on the inside like this. Now I'll show you how we're going to put that together in just a minute. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to reinforce this just because this is going to be a little side tuck, and it's just, well, it's 28-pound copy paper, but still I'd like to reinforce it. We can use a piece of this. It's not going to take much. Just need to reinforce the edge. Y'all, I know some of y'all are my age. Have y'all heard that song, Mama Said There'd Be Days Like This? I'm not going to sing for y'all, but that's what I think about when I have days like this. Yep, Mama told me there'd be days like this, where you just can't get anything right. Okay, now that's reinforced. I'm going to go ahead and punch a little pull in here. Where is my punch? I'm going to use my oval punch. Okay, my glue wasn't dry. You was telling me, don't punch it yet, your glue's not dry, and I did it anyway, but you know what? And I said, shoot. Oh, we got it anyway. I said, oh, my glue's not dry. Shoot. I didn't say an ugly word. I just said shoot. My dad used to say shoot all the time. And my brother would say, what are you going to shoot, Dad? Or he said daddy. We called our dad daddy. That's Southern, daddy. And Daddy would get aggravated at him because he was already aggravated because something was going wrong. That's why he said shoot. And Then he'd get aggravated at my brother. And he'd say, you better hush. I'll come over there and show you what I'm going to shoot. There we go. Yes, I like that. Now that will go, and I'll show you how this one will go. That would go, let's say this is the page. So this would go on this side, and it would be a side tuck. And then this would be a pocket up here, and then a flip. So we do need to glue the bottom together, don't we? Glue. Because I always forget to glue the bottom. Until I tell you that it's going to be a pocket, and then I remember, ooh, you need to glue the bottom. Now let's try punching this up here at the top. This is not wet with glue, so maybe it'll punch. There we go. I haven't used that punch in a while. It probably needs some sharpening going on. Okay, now we can do a little embellishing here if we want. On this side. I got to get all my ephemera cut out. I haven't got my ephemera cut out yet. I would like to have one of these flowers on there. Ooh, even that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Or a house. We could put a house on there. I'm going to cut this house out. And I will cut this part of the video out because you guys know how to fussy cut. So I'll just cut this part out. Okay, we got that little house cut out. And I may, no, I'm going to put it right there on that little snow bank. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, I think. Yeah. And we can always put something else above it. I know this is a lot of blue, but I love blue. I love teal, but blue, it's part of teal. Slide it over that way just a little. I like that. I do need something else up here, but I'll wait until I get some of the other things cut out. We may not put anything up there but a label, who knows. But that is just another piece. I don't think this side needs anything but maybe a little label or something on there. That's another piece. What are we going to do now? We can back some tags if you guys want to. Let's put this on the back of this one, of these, not this one, but these. And I'm just going to do all three of them at one time. And I'll use this glue around the edges, and then maybe my glue stick in the middle. See how much better that glue slides today? It's not as humid as it's been being. Alright. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top because that edge is a little bit rippled, and I didn't put it down really straight, but that's okay because you won't be able to tell the difference once I trim them out. I like to go over them really good to make sure that glue is all smushed out all around. I don't know why I'm burning up today. It's not really hot. Maybe having hot flashes. I think it's actually about 71 in here, but I am hot. And welcome to all of you new guys who have joined us. I got lots of messages saying that you were new, that you just now found our channel, and you love watching. I appreciate that so much. And if you will subscribe, I know some of you are still just watching, but if you will subscribe, You are welcome to download all of our freebies that we put out on our blog. That we ask you to be a subscriber in order to do that. Because it does take Melina and I some time to make those freebies, and I don't know, that's just a little bit to ask of you to be a subscriber. We don't send you emails or nothing like that. You don't get anything from YouTube that I know of. It's just you're helping our channel out if you subscribe. That's it. Most of the time I don't even know who subscribes unless I go and just kind of sort it out to see who's new. Then I might can tell. But I don't really have time to do that every day. There we go. Isn't that pretty paper? Oh, we didn't cut that out. That would probably help. That's pretty. Now, I think I told this in the video the other day, but if you use a glue stick and they're curling, just flip it over to the back and go over it really hard, and it'll straighten everything out. Or you can just put them under some heavy books for the night and you got it made. We're going to ink around these, and then I've got some seam binding here that I think I'm going to use. And I may have to go over the edges of those. I may just stitch these. I don't know. I'll decide later. And all I'm doing is just making sure that I'm covering up any place that I didn't cut good. That's it. Plus, I think the ink makes things look better. Okay. Now, these do have holes in them, but I told someone the other day, she said, oh, I like to put lace in mine, and they've got holes in them. All you've got to do is, and let me find my trim. Here it is. I've got lots of blue trims out. I've got a little gray trim, and I've got some white. I think these are going to be white. I take my ribbon punch, and I'll link this below as well. I hope I can remember to link all of this. And then I just punch. Let me move that back. I punch below the hole. Like that. And then I take my trim. Nobody will be the wiser. And whether you come in from the back or the front, it doesn't matter. I do it different ways, different times. And I'm all fumble fingers today, so. See, you cannot see that hole where I made the little hole for you. Can't see that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put some lace in these. Lace. Seam binding. This is not lace, Edith. This seam binding comes from my scrap cabin shop. She is on Etsy. I will link her store below. Plus, if you use our code, and I'll put that code below as well, you get 10% off of your order. And I've got some brand new that I want to show you. This is some that I got last year, but I've got some brand new that she sent me. I made that one a little short, but that's okay. There we go. And don't pull them too tight unless you've got that really thick, because you'll tear them out. Unless you've got your tag really thick. Don't cut them too short is the moral of this story. Alright, there we go. We've got seam binding and all of those, and those are ready to go. Let me show you the new things that we have, and we don't have them. Somebody else sent them to me. I don't have them in my store, but there's some new product, and I was asked to share this with you guys, and so I thought I would. First off, got brand new seam binding from Erin, and Erin does all of the seam binding that I use. I don't think I have a seam binding that she hasn't made. That is my code. It's SCRAP, SCRAP, with me 10. I think I gave somebody the wrong code the other day. It's SCRAP, not scrapbooking, but SCRAP, with me 10. You get 10% off of your order, so I'll put that below. And if I gave you the wrong code, if you were the one that asked and I gave you the wrong code, just email me and let me know. Alright, these are all of the brand new colors that she has got for winter. This is the Warm Wishes bundle. Let me grab those out. Sorry about the crinkling. Can't be helped. Those are from last year. Alright, so you have, if I can read it, you have sea moss, olive, ooh, these are pretty, army green, burgundy, look at that one, Venetian red, sage, dark olive, fur, tropic, white, champagne, and light cream. Isn't that pretty? Look at that bundle. I love it. I will put her link below and our code, and I'll try to put the correct code this time. And then Kara Brandon, she is one of our designers. She sent me her kit for Christmas. These are background sheets. So that one's the background sheet, and look at that. They almost look the same, but she's got greens in this one and then blue in this one. Isn't that pretty? That's the background sheets for tags and things. That's another background sheet. She gives you a big kit. Look at that. That's cute. That one. All of these could be backgrounds if you want them to be, or they could be a journal kit. That's pretty. It's Retro Christmas. That's the name of it. Retro Christmas. Look at those that's old photos of very, very vintage things. I can remember those. Isn't that pretty? All these are cutouts that you can use on tags and things in your journals. Retro Christmas. So I will link this below. You guys go over and check Kara's Etsy store out. Look at those gingerbread men. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. It's got a lot. And then there's the ephemera. Very pretty. Some of this will go well with my other Christmas kit that I have. Retro Christmas, that's the tags. Look at that. Oh, Santa. These are very vintage pieces. Look at that, oh, Santa. Happy New Year. There's an old piece of ephemera. And then there is blue snowflakes. And that. Isn't that pretty? So again, that is Retro Christmas, and I will link it below. And it is from Kara Brandon, one of our designers. So you guys go over and check her out. I know you'll love her kits. I've used lots of them. I love them. We will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all the links below. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.